Hi, Addy. Welcome to lesson number 48 for you. Today we're going to go over, first you're going to reduce some fractions. So you're going to reduce some fractions. You have 5 minutes to do that. And then we're going to go over subtracting mixed numbers with regrouping. Okay, so it's a mixed number, remember, is a whole number plus a fraction. And sometimes the fractions don't make it easy to subtract, like 1/6 minus 2/6. And you're going to have to borrow from the whole number. Okay, so we're going to learn how to do that today. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Love you. Bye. Alrighty, hi there, Addy. We are going to do lesson number 48 today. And lesson 48 goes over subtracting mixed numbers with regrouping. And this is going to be a part 1 lesson. There's not going to be a part 2 for today, but maybe in, some day in the future, we're going to have part 2 of this. So don't worry about 2 videos for today. That was just a one-time thing for last time. All right, so let's jump into, well, first let's jump into this funny joke. I saw a snake that was 3.14 meters long. I think it was a python. Get it? Get it? That's hilarious. Okay, so let's jump into mental math now. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to count up and down by 1/8, between 1/8 and 3. And I'm going to use my little cheat sheet here so I can do it. But if you don't need the cheat sheet, then try and do it all on your own, okay? Okay, so here we go. We are going to do, let's do the green, 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, 1, 1 and 1/8, 1 and 1/4, 1 and 3/8, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 5/8, 1 and 6/8, 1 and 7/8, 2, 2 and 1/8, 2 and 1/4, 2 and 3/8, 2 and 1/2, 2 and 5/8, 2 and 3/4. Oh shoot, have I been saying this one wrong? It's 3/4, 2 and 3/4, 2 and 7/8, 3. All right, now we're gonna go backwards. We're gonna start with 3, 2 and 7/8, 2 and 3/4, 2 and 5/8, 2 and 1/2, 2 and 3/8, 2 and 1/4, 2 and 1/8, 2, 1 and 7/8, 1 and 3/4, 1 and 5/8, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 3/8, 1 and 1/4, 1 and 1/8, 1, 7/8, 3/4, 5/8, 1/2, 3/8, 1/4, 1/8. Woo, we got it. That was quite a lot. Alrighty, good thing I had my cheat sheet. Alrighty, now we're going to jump into the rest of mental math, and you get to look at some beautiful pictures while you do it. The first mental math is, what is 8 times 25? Write your answer. B, what is 630 minus 50? Write your answer. C, 62 plus 19. D, $4.50 plus 75 cents. E, 1/2 of $15. Isn't that a cool picture? I love that one. Oh, look at that. Is that a little house out there in the distance? Man, that is really cool. Awesome. Like literally the definition of awesome, awe-inspiring. Okay, F is $25 divided by 100. Okay. G, we are going to start with the number 4 times 7. Now, subtract 1. Divide by 3. Multiply by 4. Divide by 6. Multiply by 3, and divide by 2. Write your answer. If you need me to do that again, just skip back, okay? All right, we're going to jump into problem solving now. And problem solving is a little trickier. It says Brianna scored 85 on each of her first 2 tests. What score does she need on her 3rd test to have an average score of 90 on her first 3 tests? Whew, okay, so she wants an A, because if you are 90 or above, you get an A. Now, there are 3 tests. So 1 test, I'm going to put a space there, 2 tests there, 3 tests here. And on the first 2, she has scored 85, and now she wants to know, what do I need to score on the 3rd one in order to have the average score be 90? Okay, and remember, when you calculate an average, it's going to be 85 plus 85 plus 85. Oh, no, sorry, that's the unknown. So for the unknown, I'm just going to put x. And then we're going to divide it by 3 this time because there are 3 tests, right? 1, 2, 3. And then she wants this to be 90 or above. So see if you can figure out what this x has to be in order for her to get 90 or above on the average of all the tests, okay? So that's enough hints. I'll let you pause it there and see if you can figure that out. And I'm going to move right along to the new concept. There were 4 1/6 pies on the restaurant shelf. No, 4 1/6. I said 4 1/2 the first time, but I meant 4 1/6. Okay, the server sliced 1 pie into 6. Then the server removed 1 2/6 pies. How many pies were left on the shelf? Okay, so here's what's happening. There are this many pies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1/6 right there. Now, they're obviously selling pies by the slice. And so the server comes along and they say, well, I need 1 2/6 of a pie. This is what I think happened. Someone like me and Dad came into the restaurant and said, we want a whole pie, but I want a slice of a pie, 1/6, and Dad wants a slice of a pie, 1/6. We're just going to eat that on the way home and not tell anyone. And then we have a whole pie, and we have 2/6 pies that we paid for and we ate. Okay, so let's say that happened. They need to subtract that many. So how do you subtract that many? Well, this is what the server did. They took this pie and divided it into 6 pieces. And there's 1/6 of a pie over here. So one of us can have that piece, but one of us still needs another piece. So we're going to take one of those. And then we want a whole pie to take home. So we want maybe that pie to take home, right? So how do we figure out a problem like this? The whole problem, if you write it mathematically, I'm going to show you a way to figure it out. But first, we're going to figure it out here with pictures, okay? So if the server took this pie and sliced it up into 6 pieces, then this is the same as this. Nothing's missing, nothing has been taken away yet, okay? And so what we really have, instead of 4 1/6 pies, you can say that you have 3 7 out of 6 pieces of pie. Because look, you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have a whole pie that's divided into 6, and this 1/6 of a piece over here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sixths of a pie. So these fractions are equivalent, 4 1/6 and 3 7/6. Now you can take away this one whole pie that we want to take home. And you can also take away 1/6 and 1/6 here. So you took away 2/6 here. So that's what I bought, 1 2/6 of a pie. So they want to know how many pies are they going to have left? Well, let's count what's left. Okay, so you're going to have 1 pie, 2 pie, and then this is divided into 6. Okay, so we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 2 5/6 of a pie left. Pies left. And that's the answer to the problem. Okay, so we did it with pictures. But you don't want to draw pictures of pies every single time. So we could make pies at home and figure it out that way, but that would probably be the long way, and we would get morbidly obese. So let's just do it with math. So this is the problem mathematically. 4 1/6, you start out with 4 1/6 pies. You want to take away 1 2/6 from that. So how do you do this subtraction problem? What you need to do is just like we did before, the server is going to take one of those pies and slice it up. So instead of 4 1/6, you're going to have 3 plus 6/6, which is the same as 1 whole pie. This is equal to 1 whole pie. And then you still have that 1/6 of a piece here. So see how we did that? We took this 4. We said, well, we still have 3 whole pieces, 3 whole pies, and then you have 6 out of 6 pieces. That makes a whole pie, but when we write it this way, it makes the math easier. So you're going to turn this into this. Got it? 3 and 7/6 pies minus 1 and 2/6, and then it's easy because you've been doing these kind of problems. So first, let's subtract the fractions. 7/6 minus 2/6. You just subtract the numerators and you end up with 5 out of 6 pies. Then let's subtract the whole numbers. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So the answer that you get is the same as before, 2 and 5/6 pies. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, this is making me hungry. Write me a note on your homework if that does not make sense to you, okay? So we're going to jump in and do another example. This starts on page 256, sort of at the bottom, and it says subtract 5 and 1/3 minus 2 and 2/3. So let's just do it mathematically without pictures. I wrote it this way, 5 and 1/3 minus 2 and 2/3. Now let's take this 5 and break it up into pieces. Because why do we do this? Well, if you look at the fractions, what's 1/3 minus 2/3? Well, you can't do that. You're going to have to borrow because otherwise you'd end up with a negative number and you don't want that. So you have to borrow from this whole number. So you take one of the whole numbers and split it up. So now it's going to be 4 plus 3 out of 3. And then you've still got this 1/3 out here. So when you borrow, you end up with 4 and 4/3. Okay? And then you just subtract this lower number like normal, minus 2 and 2/3. And then now you've got a problem you can do. It's similar to the problems you've done before. 4/3 minus 2/3. So you just subtract the numerators. 4 minus 2 is 2/3. Okay? And then you've got the whole numbers here. Another 4 minus 2, but these are the whole numbers, so it's going to be 2 and 2/3. And that is your final answer. Okay, perfect. And that is it, Addy. That is the final example. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do your lesson practice. And here's Snoopy to see you off. And I'm excited to see what you do with this, okay? Love you, Addy. Bye.